Your live interactive weather authority coverage will begin shortly.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Can't believe we're just one day away from this winter storm. This week has really just flown by, hasn't it? As we get closer and closer to Christmas, I'd say our odds of a white Christmas in much of Maine are really, really high now because of this storm and because next week will be quite cold as well. So let's get into the details of this storm. Of course, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments below. I'll have the snow map up here in just a second. But let's talk about this storm. You can see it off to our south and west, now just beginning to enter New York State. This will reach us as we head into tomorrow morning. But overall, today, a quiet day. So let's take a look at our highs for today. Fairly mild out there as well. 42 for the high in Portland, 42 in Wiscasset, 40 in Lewiston, and 40 in Augusta, with a high in the 30s up towards the mountains today. But overall, a quiet one for our Thursday. Great day for those winter storm preparations. Maybe getting the snowblower out of the back of the garage for the first time this season. Not a bad idea today with the fairly calm conditions out there. So here's where things stand in terms of advisories and warnings. As of 11 a.m. this morning, a winter storm watch still in effect for more central and coastal parts of Maine. So York County inland from the coast, inland Cumberland County, Androscoggin, Kennebec County, Sagadahoc, Lincoln, Knox, Waldo counties, all still under that winter storm watch. A winter storm warning now in place for Franklin, Oxford, and Somerset counties in the mountains, where it's almost a guarantee that we are going to see some big snow totals. So the rest of us, it's still a little uncertain. I'd say, especially in coastal Cumberland and coastal York, still a big question mark on how much snow we're going to get. I'm going to pull up the snow map in just a second so I can dive deep into that. Kayla is asking, is this snow storm going to cause power outages? Luckily, because the winds won't be super strong, it will still be windy, but it won't be excessive winds. I think power outage risk is fairly low. There could still be some scattered ones, though, because it will be a heavy, wet snow, and there will be still some wind out there. All right. And if you have any more questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments and I will be happy to answer them. So let's talk storm beginning tomorrow. It starts tomorrow morning and potentially even as early as midnight tonight. We'll begin to see some snow and rain showers out there. The steady precipitation looks to arrive by the early afternoon hours. So overall, the morning tomorrow, if you have to be traveling or getting things done over the next couple of days, the morning tomorrow will probably be the best time. It's not going to be all that bad out there yet. There will still be snow coming down. There will still be some rain. It will still be breezy, but the worst of the conditions don't arrive until Friday afternoon. The heaviest snow and rain will be overnight Friday night, and I'm talking rain at the very immediate coast, snow anywhere inland from there. Snow and rain will continue all the way through Saturday afternoon and into the evening, finally winding down as we head into the nighttime hours on Saturday. So let's talk snowfall amounts here. Look at that extremely tight gradient at the coastline, a coating to 2 inches. Coastal York, extreme coastal Cumberland, just inland from there. I have Portland in the 1 to 3 inch range, running up on the 3 to 6 inch range. It does look like Portland, if I had to give you guys a exact number, Portland probably 3 to 4 inches for this storm. If you are in Lewiston and you're watching right now, 6 to 12 inches. Cameron is asking, would there be school closures in Lewiston, Auburn? With 6 to 12 inches of snow, you tell me. I think that there would at least be some odds of a cancellation or a delay. But the thing is, things aren't really picking up till Friday afternoon and evening. I'd say the best bet is an early dismissal, Cameron, in Lewiston. But because the worst of it's not arriving till really Friday evening and into Friday overnight, I don't think there will be a whole lot of cancellations out there. Maybe some early dismissals, after school activities canceled, that sort of thing. But other than that, not really looking like a whole lot of cancellations. Is Naples in the 12-inch range? Yes, you are. I would say a good bet. You're going to get right around a foot of snow. Lauren Healy. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Christian. Sorry if I missed this. But heading to Sunday River to ski on Friday. How windy will it be? Well, it will certainly be windy, but it won't be as bad. The strongest winds, Lauren, going to be at the coast. So it doesn't look like at Sunday River the winds will be as much of a concern. Just go up and enjoy that 10 to 15 inches of snow, okay? But overall, not looking all that bad out there for the winds in the mountains. What times will things wind down in Brunswick on Saturday? I'd say 6 to 8 p.m. or so is when we'll really start to see things winding down in Brunswick. Alexandra. Cameron James Bradbury asks, when does it start? Because I heard all day tomorrow will be rain. Where are you watching from? You're watching from Lewiston, Auburn. not starting really in Lewiston probably till 3 p.m. or so for the steadiest precipitation. We'll likely see some snow showers, some light snow in the morning, but the heavier stuff doesn't start till the later days in the afternoon and evening. Lewiston, I'm not expecting even a drop of rain. It's going to be all snow there for you. Tanya, how about Oxford Hills? 6 to 12 inch range would be my best bet. Probably if you're in the hills, maybe even closer to that 12 inch side. Jeff asking, woohoo, bring it. I'll be busy making pizza at work. Yeah, a good day to have a nice hot slice of pizza tomorrow. So I want to really focus on that tightest gradient though, because that is really going to make a big difference here. Oh, let me pull that back up for you guys. Sorry. I'm going to really quickly here just draw on the snow map here a yellow circle where the highest uncertainty for totals is right through here. That's where there's a big question mark when it comes to snowfall totals. Question mark. There we go. That's where the biggest question mark exists when it comes to snowfall totals. So if you're in Portland, wondering how much you're going to get, I would say 3 to 4 inches would probably be the best bet. It could range as high as 8 inches though, or as low as just an inch or coating. So a lot of cards still on the table when it comes to snowfall in Portland. If you're watching from Lewiston, Augusta, or in the mountains, I'd say you're pretty much a lock for whatever totals you're seeing on the map. So 6 to 12 in Lewiston, if not even a little higher than that, 10 to 15 in the Rangeley area. But the biggest question mark exists along the coastline, Sanford, Portland. Sanford can end up with as much as a foot or as low as a couple inches. Thank you, Lauren. I thought it was a good question mark as well. Haley is asking about Kennebunk totals. Kennebunk, you are right on the line. And because you're just a little inland from the coast, I'd say 1 to 3 for you there. Todd, well, all you weather geeks are Jeff asking about making pizzas at work. Of course, what time will it wind down? This is a long duration event too, and that's why snow totals are so tricky here. So because it's lasting all Friday, all Saturday, that's why it's going to be so tricky to nail down these exact snowfall totals here. So like I mentioned, if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. But here's a look at our snow map. Let's time this out on Storm Tracker. All right, here we go. Overall becoming more overcast today. As we head towards the afternoon and evening. Lauren asking, Christian, what makes this such a challenging storm to forecast? 2 factors. One is that temperatures are going to be right around freezing. So a couple degrees either way can make the difference between rain and snow. And because it's such a long duration with that rain snow line right at the coast, for 2 full days of the rain snow line being at the coast makes it so difficult to lock down the coastal totals. But inland areas, the mountains, it's a lock. That's a guarantee you're going to get some big totals there. What time is it starting? I got to be in Portland at 4:30 a.m. or p.m. Bill, let me know. A.m. you're fine. P.m. a little messier, but probably still just mainly rain in the Portland area by tomorrow afternoon and evening. It'll take a while for the snow to really crank up at the coastline because we need the heavier precipitation rates to see some snow at the coastline. What liquid to rain ratio are you using? I'd say inland towards the mountains, 10 to 12 to 1. At the coastline, buddy, probably 8 to 1, probably maybe even a little lower than that. It's going to be a very wet snow here at the coastline. So PM, thank you, Bill. Yeah, it won't be, it just depends on what side of the rain snow line we end up on, Bill. So I'd say it'll be a little messy. It probably won't be too terrible, but I would just drive carefully and be safe. I mean, we are in Maine after all. Windham area. I will go back to the snow map in just a second. Let's track things out for you here. Yes, I bet this is exciting for you. First winter in Maine. Yes, I'm very excited for this first storm of the season. All right, let's head into Friday morning. Here we are very early. We're likely seeing some snow showers out there. Notice though, here we are at 3:30 p.m. That's when we will really start to see the major precipitation picking up. Notice that rain snow line along the coastline here. This is going to really have a big impact. I would say at this point, probably just rain in the Portland area. Now, as we head into the evening, really things will begin to pick up here. And notice how that rain snow line pushes closer towards the coastline as those heavier precipitation rates move in. Now, here we are very early Saturday, that rain snow line cutting right through the Portland area. So because of that, I do think we'll actually end up with a few inches of snow in Portland, but likely mainly rain on Friday. The snow likely in the Portland area more Friday night into Saturday. Notice how as it really gets going on Saturday, here we are, all snow now by this point in the Portland area as we head into Saturday morning. So that's why I think there was a good chance of a few inches. Now, is it going to be a few inches like 2 to 3 or a few inches like 6 to 7? That's where we need to really that's where we need to really lock down those totals. Buddy, it is actually we're already pretty moist out there right now. We've had moisture increasing all through the night. We had some drizzle out there this morning. So moisture is not the concern here. It's more of the temperatures for this storm. So Lois, great question. So probably mostly rain until late afternoon Friday and then snow in the evening. Yes, that's what I'm thinking right now in the Portland area. If you're inland from Portland, let's say you're Windham further inland, Standish further inland, Lewiston, Augusta, you're going to be pretty much all snow for this. So no, not really worried about the rain mixing in there. I bet this is exciting for you, first winter in Maine. Yes, it is very exciting for the first full winter. I was here in February, but I missed out on all the good storms of last winter. So I'm excited to be here for the full one this year. All right, let's talk about when this event winds down as we head into Saturday afternoon and evening. Notice by Saturday, 6, 7, 8 p.m., things are tapering off to just a few lingering snow showers as winds shift out of the northwest. That often dries us out pretty quickly. So I think the snow will get cut off pretty quickly as we head into Saturday evening. So worst conditions overall, Friday evening to Saturday mid to late morning, winding down Saturday afternoon into the evening hours here. So let's talk winds. Winds not a huge factor with this, but there will still be some gusty winds out there. And like I mentioned, someone did ask about this. It is going to be a heavy, wet snow, and with 35-mile-per-hour gusts, that will certainly be enough to cause a few scattered outages as well as we head into Friday and Saturday, especially worst winds Friday night into early Saturday. Lauren says, I hope there aren't any issues at the jetport. I'm flying home Saturday at 5 p.m. Hopefully they'll be able to get everything cleaned up and going by then. The winds will be a whole lot lighter by 5 p.m. on Saturday. And as long as the snow is plowed, should be fine. So hopefully that will be okay for you, Lauren, to fly out. I'm sure many of you are wondering, there's a lot of traveling going on this weekend. I've had several people even here at work asking me about the potential of delays at the jetport. So just be aware that it's a possibility. But if you're flying out 5 p.m. Saturday, that's not the worst time in the next couple days to be flying out here. Thank you, Bill, saying I do an awesome job. I really appreciate that. All right, so winds, worst of the winds will be very early Saturday. Look, by Saturday, 7 p.m., we're barely even windy at all. It'll just be a light breeze out there. So the winds, like I mentioned, not a huge concern with this storm. Quick look at the 7-day forecast. Next week is looking fairly quiet. If you've got travel plans early to middle of next week, you are looking pretty good. Late next week, we've got another storm to talk about, but that is pre-Christmas. That is Thursday, Friday next week. We'll focus on that after this storm is done. Similar story inland. We're going to be staying all snow there, so that's where the biggest totals will be. It is time to go back to our snow map now. All right, so this is where you guys can ask your questions. I'm going to wrap things up here with the snow map one last time. I really, really want to make that emphasis on the very tight gradient at the coastline, and there's still a lot of uncertainty about totals in this area here. Question mark. Okay, that's where we have the biggest uncertainty in the totals. I could see Portland ending up with 8 inches of snow by the time this is done. I could see Portland ending up with a ½ inch to an inch by the time this is done. All depends on that rain snow line. So you'll want to tune in tomorrow as we'll be really being able to better track that rain snow line once it actually ends up setting up across the area. Lewiston, you're good for 6 to 12, 10 to 15. Rangeley, Berlin, Freiburg, ski resorts going to love this one. Saddleback, Sugarloaf, looking great for some fresh pow up there this weekend. So a great weekend for skiing Saturday and Sunday, especially Sunday as the winds will be a little calmer out there on Sunday. So please feel free to message me if you have any questions about this storm. Of course, I'll be on at noon today. Charlie will have another Facebook Live, and I'll be in tomorrow morning just keeping an eye on things and doing a Facebook Live or two tomorrow morning just to keep you guys updated. So hopefully nothing too crazy. Hopefully no major travel issues. Hopefully everyone's prepared for this storm here. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and stay safe out there tomorrow and just enjoy the snow. It's the first one of the season. It's December. Always a great time of year to get a little bit of snow.
This has been live interactive Weather Authority coverage from CBS 13.